Hi, everybody. Okay, we're going to do something that's a little bit crazy. We're going to show you some in-development tech in a game called GTFO, which is still in beta. And we're going to do it right here, which is something you shouldn't normally do, like undone tech. And this tech is called Cinecast. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to direct game content in real time. Okay, so let me back up. What do I mean by that? We've been thinking about this problem for a long time. Cinemachine solves the problem of how you cinematically have a relationship between the subject and the camera. And we figured that out. But the next step is like not a synthetic camera operator, but how do you do a synthetic director? So we're going to put all this tech together, and we're going to show it to you live, and we're going to do it right here, and we're going to bring someone to help us with this. So I'd like to introduce 5-time world champion, Counter-Strike, Stephanie Harvey.
Exciting. Hi.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you, Adam. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game of GTFO, and I'm going to cast it live using Cinecast. We're going to first of all meet our players backstage. So let's meet our 4 players. All right, so we have Svante, Mike, Simon, and Ashley. You guys ready, Ashley, and all? Yeah?
Okay, so let me recap what's going to happen. These guys are going to play live backstage. Stephanie's going to be driving Cinecast, switching cameras, and we're going to stream this all live right now. Are you ready?
I mean, I'm ready. It's not my tech.
What could go wrong? Let's do this.
All right, so to give you a little bit more context, we're playing GTFO, a 4-player co-op horror shooter where communication is key to survive. You're a prisoner, and you're forced into a dangerous underground complex trying to find artifacts to keep your captors satisfied. Okay, so we just got dropped off into this underground complex. As you can see, we have our 4 players here, and they are exploring their map. They have no idea where the enemies are at the moment, but they all have 4 specific tools that can help achieve that objective. Their current objective is to find Zone 11, and we have different tools in this game to do a little bit of co-op. Ashley, for example, has a lot of trip mines. Mike has a glue gun. Simon has a turret. But let's focus on Svante, because he seemed to be our leader at the moment.
We seem to need a blue key
He's
card
moving forward.
that?
Okay, so Svante just found a code, and he's giving it to Simon. Okay, so this just happened. It allows us to see the next objective. They use a co-op mechanic to enter the next objective, which is here on the map. So Svante just used his mapping device. It allows us to see in the next room if there is enemies. This was super important because they switch weapon from shooters to melee weapons to be able to go stealth. They're currently staying in that door in the bioscan because it allows them to open that security door. There's a lot of co-ops mechanic like that in the game. But I think we just found our first enemy here as Simon and Mike took our first enemy really quietly. Svante just took out another one. They're trying to make sure they don't alarm anyone right now. Mike is in a lot of fogs. Simon and Ashley were able to finish the last enemy. Okay, so this room was relatively easy. Svante is scanning one more time the next room. That's all the blue stuff, as you can see. Oh, we have a scout, guys. Okay, this is the most dangerous enemy in GTFO. If you don't kill it right away, it's actually going to call out for a bunch of enemies, and they were not able to kill it. Okay, guys, this is going to become super hectic. Every player needs to use their tools really efficiently. You can see Ashley is currently putting down some trip mines, as Simon also seems to be putting his turret. We have our first strip mine that exploded. Mike used a glue gun to slow down the enemy. Seems to me like they're in control. Our 4 players are fighting forward. A lot of enemies have been called. This was from their mistake because they let the scout call the alarm. We have 2 players that go down simultaneously at the same time. Can't even speak anymore. Ashley moves forward. She should go back and revive her teammate. Ashley, don't go down. We have 1 teammate alive, Simon. Is he going down, guys? I think he just went down, yes. The mission has been failed, guys.
Stephanie! That was so cool. Okay, so before we get into that, we have to thank the GTFO team. Can you believe 9 people made this game, and it was the first game that they made with Unity. So congrats to GTFO. That's amazing. Okay, Stephanie, what was happening?
Okay, so Cinecast allowed me to direct this story all by myself. It was like having a film production crew inside the game working for me to get the best shots. I went fully automatic a couple of times, but I was always also able to focus on specific shots that I wanted.
Right, and it's taken us years to get this technology together to answer the question, like, how do you film something when you don't know what's going to happen next? So let me explain and show you a little bit of the guts of how it works. So this is a gray box scene that we have when these 4 very finely dressed men run around the level like idiots. And the red cameras, there's 2 layers in the world. So there's ones that are on the wall, and then there's these ones that follow the players around. And the blue lines are raycasts. So each camera is checking to see who it can see. And if a camera can see something, then it's valid. So if you look at the left of the screen, you can see the cameras, the visibility coming on and off. And then when a camera is visible, we move it to the right side, and this is where we do a shot evaluation, and we give a score, like how good is this shot for this given time? And then when it gets really interesting is up top. This is the story manager, and this is what's interesting, like is a person doing something interesting, is something in the level interesting? And what Cinecast does is it picks the best camera transition to fulfill what the most interesting thing is happening in the game. You get to configure all this, but this is how we set this up. So when we move to GTFO, look at this example here. And can you believe we had 800 cameras going at once? And we Java-fied all the raycasts? So we didn't even feel the price of that. So it's going to switch over to GTFO. Now here's the door. Cameras are cutting automatically. But as soon as it opens, we see more enemies. So that's more interesting. So we cut to a wider shot to get all that stuff in. And all of these edits are happening dynamically. That's a little foreshadowing of the player because he's a high-importance player. So we cut to him so we can see him ahead of time. So, and like, let's remind ourselves, right? This is what esports looks like right now. It's great, but the cameras can get a little erratic. And isn't it nice to have some other points of view? So that's why we built this thing. So Steph, show us how you drive it.
All right. It was really simple. I was able to pick a close-up, like this on Simon, a wide shot. I was able to do the cuts whenever I wanted. And I was able to go fully automatic with my hands up.
Do a telephoto shot.
Telephoto shot.
Do a wide shot.
Wide shot.
Telephoto shot.
Telephoto shot.
Wide shot.
Wide shot. Faster, faster.
Do the roaming guy. So something else that we do here, and this is a magical part about it, is we delay everything to Cinecast by 3 seconds, but we don't delay it to Cinemachine. And what that means is the cameras can see into the future by 3 seconds, so they can cut and show things just before they happen.
That's right. I didn't have to predict or chase the action. I picked the subject and the type of shot I wanted, and Cinecast figured out the best camera for me.
Yeah, and that delay is a huge part of getting shots. Good quality shots, but check out this other bit of tech. So we partnered with the French Institute for Research in Computer Science and Automation, also known as INRIA, these smart cats. They're world leaders in cinematography AI, and what they built for us is the director line system. So you know in movies there's like the 180-degree rule or the director line rule, and once you set up a scene, you can't cut across it, otherwise it's super confusing for the audience.
Right. Or in one shot, the player is running on the left, and on the other shot, he's running on the right.
Yeah, it's disorienting. So we fixed that, and we have that in there. So like, this is cinematography 101, and it's not just the director line. We check for jump cuts, we preserve heading, and we check for screen space continuity of subject on screen size. So it's like Cinecast went to film school.
All right. So this is all cool stuff, but let's talk about how we can use this technology, because that's what I'm excited about.
So say you're on a dev team and you've got to make cutscenes or game trailers. Well, this gives you a huge head start. And if you're doing replays, you may know how hard replays are, right? Because the user has control. We don't know what's going to happen next. So Cinecast is designed to handle these kinds of problems.
And for esports, I don't know if you know, guys, but gaming is so big, it has surpassed the movie industry in revenues and the sports industry in viewership.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy. And Cinecast allows dev team to have a spectator mode right from the start. It's actually something that I didn't even think was possible before meeting your team. In esports again, Battle Royale modes are super popular, and I think Cinecast can be a game changer for it. So many teams are trying to get into this space, and a spectator camera and a Battle Royale mode is super hard to understand.
Yep.
When you have 128 players playing at the same time on the same server, you can miss a lot of the action, and it can be really confusing and chaotic.
Yep.
Well, Cinecast opens that door to fixing that exact problem. It's mind-blowing.
And we know what you saw wasn't perfect, but it's game on. And we're building this stuff, and we're not done. And we want to work with you. So if you're interested in this, let's connect. Let's make something great. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It comes every night without fail. There are different people every time.
Let's get this done quickly. Get whatever the warden want and get home.
But I recognize them somehow.
What the hell is this place?
They're screaming at me. I don't hear them, but I know they're screaming.
You got anything?
Such hate and anger.
I hope you bastards are looking up once in a while. Those fuckers might be anywhere.
I don't know what I have done to them.
This place is so damn dark. Sleepers.
They want me to feel what they feel.
This is good, man. This is good stuff. It'll trade. Everything trades. Oh, fuck. To be honest, any second! Keep your eyes on that door! Ah, shit, there's fucking loads of them!
Then I wake up. I'm not sweating or screaming. I'm perfectly calm. I just open my eyes and I'm awake. And it's not a nightmare. It's just part of me, who I am. I don't fight it. I just live around it.
What the hell?
Eyes open. If it looks useful, take it.
Here we go.
Whew. Big fucker.
Jeepers, creepers, I see some sleepers.
Watch your back. Balls. I'm low.